Black Card Steve-O checking in one time. Today is a beautiful day, man. I got my co-host C-Rob in the building.
What's up?
We got Lil Justin in the building.
Hold up now.
Lil Justin is usually behind the camera, but we got him to talk today. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be an internal talk between just the home crew. You know what I'm saying? This is the Stay in the Mix and Out the Way podcast. And what's this, episode 5?
Cinco,
man.
Hold up now. Hold up, 5.
Yep. It's going down, man. Where you want to start at, C-Rob?
Man, I kind of just wanted to start with just the state of music, or like just talk about music in general. I think having a good conversation around, the music business, things we may not know or things we may can need clarity on, would be a good little episode. And I think that'll bring something to our listeners.
For sure.
Man, me personally, I feel like I've been listening to a lot of music lately, and it seems like all of the albums off of the West Coast, you know what I'm saying, sound like complete bodies of work. You know what I'm saying?
Like whether you, for example, who?
Like YG album that just came out.
Okay.
I feel like it sounds like a complete body of work from the beginning to the end.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even for the people that may not like YG, you know what I'm saying? I feel like his content, he spoke about different subjects, you know what I'm saying, that made sense in the track list and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
And I think most West Coast artists have been doing that, you know what I'm saying? Kendrick, like Schoolboy Q, the people that have been coming out with real solid projects out the West, you know what I'm saying? So I really like that. I don't know if y'all had a chance to check it out yet.
I haven't checked out the YG one, but I definitely understand what you're talking about as far as like doing a complete body of work out of the West, because I don't know there's too many West Coast rappers that don't do that.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. I think the rest of the industry is like on a playlisting type deal, kind of like what Drake did with that last album he dropped, where it was like 30-something tracks or something crazy.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the strategy is like to create your own playlist instead of a body of work right now, so that way you get those streams up.
But how do you feel about that? Like, how do y'all listen to music? Like, I'm still old school. I like to listen to an album from the beginning to the end.
I don't listen to music like that.
Straight through. You know what I'm saying?
How
do you listen to your music? That's what I'm asking. You
I skip around like a
song by
playlist.
song?
No, I mean, if it's something that, you know what I'm saying, I want to draw an opinion about because I heard so much about it, then yeah, I listen to it straight through. I may skip some songs here and there, but for the most part, I'm only listening to what's on the charts or what's in a certain playlist.
See me. What about you, Justin?
I'm more like, it just depends on the artist, to be completely honest. Like if I'm a fan or I'm curious about the artist.
What if you're not a fan yet? What if this is the first time that you're listening to somebody?
Then really, honestly, it's about the person who told me about it. You know what I'm saying? Like if a person that I value their opinion, be like, yo, Jay, you need to listen to this album, or this is dope, I think you're going to fuck with it, et cetera, then what I'm going to do is really take my time out and just listen to that whole album completely through. So before that, if it's a song or two that's playing that I feel like not, and they got enough of them.
So no matter what, you're not going to give an artist the time to listen to their project straight through if you just heard about them or anything. Like, say if you just came across a project, are you going to automatically skip around?
I'm not going to automatically skip around.
Or will you give them that chance?
It's just like, I guess it got to pull me in, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so many artists out here and they have one song or two that is all right or like it's halfway decent, but that's not going to pull me in to listen to a whole album. You know what I'm saying? At least from the radio or from just me hearing them.
Right.
Unless somebody, like I said, when somebody's like, yo, you need to listen to this, and even though I may have heard one song and I feel like I shouldn't give them a try because of that person, I'm going to be like, let me just listen to the whole album. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And see, the other reason I don't think full albums get the respect that you're talking about is because a lot of the industry is front loading the albums. So that first 3 to 4 songs is probably their best songs.
Right.
And then the rest of them is just kind of fillers. You know what I'm saying? To fill out the album.
And I think that's kind of wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, because first, before the business, I'm about the art. You know what I'm saying? And the art is very, very important. So when you got the music business, you have producers, you have A&Rs. So when you talk about making a complete project, all of these people are supposed to be involved and have input to make it the best project possible. You know what I'm saying? So when people come out with projects and it's not a good project overall, you know what I'm saying? From public opinion, from charts, from sales, who does that fall on? Does that fall on solely the artist? Does that fall on the team, like the A&Rs, some of the producers? Does that fall on management? Who does a successful project fall on, and who does a non-successful project fall on? We're talking about major labels who have a full staff, artists and repertoire, all of that.
That's an interesting question, man. Because I think it's a little bit of both. So in all of it, it's a team effort. So if the artist ain't bringing their full 100, then the team ain't bringing their full 100. Everything is gonna fall apart. Or if vice versa, if one of them's giving 100 and the other one's not giving 100, it falls off like that. So I think it's a shared responsibility, because when you go into that contract, or you go into that agreement, you agreeing that you both gonna give your full 100%.
Right.
So if you don't, you know what I'm saying, that falls on you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now it's hard, because everything is subjective. It's hard to figure out what someone's 100% is. Yeah. So I think that's the thing that's difficult.
But you know what's jamming, and you know what's right.
But see, that's another part of that I don't, you can't say that something's not jamming. You know what I'm saying? It may jam to this dude, but it may not jam to this dude. And that's all about finding your market. You know what I mean? I tell artists all the time, everybody has a market. I think that comes down to like how Mike Will Made It tweeted something about 4 days ago, and he was like, young artists, make sure when you have your team, you realize that you're the glue. Yep. You're the glue to your team. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And he just basically said that you're the complete vision. Everybody around you is to complete your vision. So if you don't have a vision, nobody else around you is gonna know what to do or what direction that you want to go to.
Ways easily as well.
And it's gonna be harder for you to make a cohesive project that's true to you and true to your sound if you don't have a vision. 9 times out of 10, if you don't have a vision, you're not gonna have a sound. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's what I
sign anything.
Ooh,
well, that's a good topic we're gonna get into. But I wanted to finish what you were saying. You were saying, what did you just say?
I said, if you don't have a good vision, you're probably not gonna have a good sound. And if you don't have a good sound, then 9 times out of 10, your project isn't gonna be what it's hyped up to be. Because a lot of people have put a lot of these labels are putting a lot of money into marketing, but the projects aren't there. So they're spending way more money on marketing than they are on the development of the actual project. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I haven't heard, like, where's the last project that you came out that you said was a classic? Like, people don't come out with, you haven't heard nothing that's like, damn, this is a classic.
Well, I mean, they always give it to K-Dot the day of. That's what they do. Literally give it to him the day of.
Right, but Kendrick is one of the greats. You know what I'm saying? He's up there, but I'm talking about like the majority of the industry. People used to have classic albums.
You want to know an album that I feel like is a classic, and this is also another thing that I could touch on when I say somebody recommended me the music. For example, all right, like Kid Cudi. When Kid Cudi first dropped, that was it Man on the Moon or something, the first one, like his music was to me like too pop or catered to me too much to the white folks, in my opinion. And my cousin, he was jamming them, and all I was hearing that song on the radio was Day and Night. That's all I was like, yo, that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? And my cousin was like, yo, you tripping. You need to listen to Kid Cudi. And I was just really knocking it real hard until I actually listened to that album. That album, Man on the Moon, that first Kid Cudi album is a classic. Like, bruh, like it goes deep. You know what I'm saying? And it really like a sound that I really didn't think that I would really mess with, because I'm really listening to street gangster stuff, whatever, at that time. And then I feel like that album alone opened my mind to different sounds and just being more open-minded to different music. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, that's an example of somebody telling me and me taking the time to listen to an artist and finding out like, yo, this is dope. Okay. And then, like I said,
so who do you credit that classic being the album to? Kid Cudi, the producers, the A&Rs.
It's a team. You can't single out anybody. There's no I in team. And if we gonna live by that rule, when the shit falls off, it's the team. When shit goes good, it's the team.
So if it's a success,
It's the team.
It's a team success, and if it's a failure, it's a team failure.
Yeah.
You
now
know
you got people that may drop the ball here and there or something like that, and they have to take ownership of that. But the total effort is always team. Like I think that be the other part that people don't understand. So like you get all these artists talking about, oh man, I want out my label deal. You signed up to be part of that team, dog.
Right,
so if you part of that team, you need to be the team player. You know what I mean? Until the shit is over.
Yeah. Right. So like back to what we were saying about vision. Vision is so important because like Mike Will said, you are the glue, and everybody on that team works for you. Without you, that whole situation isn't going to work. Yes, everybody can go work for other people, but your situation won't work because you're supposed to be the glue. You're supposed to be the leader. You're supposed to have the vision to where people are going. Everybody else is supposed to assist you in getting there. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I feel like a lot of artists don't really
have a vision.
They don't have a vision. They just want to make songs. They want to put songs up.
Their vision is a piece and chain, whatever, a bag of money.
Yeah.
You know, and once they get that, they satisfied, and then that's when the art takes a fall.
The art goes. Man, I'm glad you say that because a lot of people don't realize that. Like a lot of artists don't realize how hard it is to create authentically after you've been put on. You know what I'm saying? Like after you have a fan base, after you're getting a bunch of money, because a lot of the stuff that you were talking about before, you may not feel the same about.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get in certain mindsets when situations change.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're like making records like to live and die in LA, you know what I'm saying? And then you move to New York, your mindset has changed, but your fans are stuck on to live and die in LA. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So I think it gets harder to make your fan base happier once you have success.
But see, I think that goes back to the team thing because if you have a good team, they're in tune with what your fan base is expecting from you because you can tell that from the data. I'm a data guy, you know what I'm saying? Like I go with the feeling. Like I can understand the feeling, I understand the art, but a lot of this is science, bro. Like there's data that tells you what to do, what not to do.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying to coordinate all of your efforts around that data only. You know, it's got to feel right too. But at the same time, like there's data out there that tells you, hey, this dude, they react good to this, and then they don't react good to that. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I understand what you're saying, but again, that's part of the team, man. That's why you got to have a good team. You need somebody that can read that stuff and say, hey, this is what we need to do more of.
Right. So tell me this, as a label owner, Chris, what do you do in situations when you know what the data looks like? You look at the data, you say, okay, this is what's working. If we want to be successful and go to the next level, let's focus on what's working. And an artist that you may have signed may say, well, I'm being artistic. I want to move in this direction.
So the theory that I have behind that is you have to let people get through. As an artist, like the more I've worked with artists, like you have to let them get through something. Yeah. You know, there's going to be times where they want to be artistic and things like that. And they're not going to listen. You can't force somebody to do something they don't want to do, regardless of who you are, what you're doing, whatever.
What it is.
But at the same time, you signed up to do this.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to do something to it. You know, you have to do some of it, but at the same time, you have to let them be artists because you never know what comes out of that. For you to sign them, you had to see something. Exactly.
Yeah, right,
so you have to let them do that and experiment. You can't just corner somebody and be like, no, this is all you doing because the data says that. And that's what I mean.
Right.
I say about 65% of it is science. The other part is the art. You know what I mean?
So, what you think?
I'm just saying, I feel that, you know what I'm saying, but what a lot of artists going through shit don't understand, 9 times out of 10 when they sign that deal, the label is like a bank. So we done fronted you this money.
A bank.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we done fronted you this bread. So while you going through your artistic moment, you're in the red. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're still getting deeper in the hole.
Deeper and deeper. You using the studio time, you doing et cetera, whatever they charging you for, and you doing it through time, it keeps adding up, and you ain't making no money back. That's when the problems, I think, like I said, start to come.
I think that's when you just have to have those conversations, because I agree with both of you. I see it, but at the same time, messing with creative people, you have to kind of let them get their ideas out. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes if I'm working with an artist and I feel like, okay, this song needs to go in a different direction, you know what I'm saying? I might say something and they might say, nah, I want to do it this way. This is kind of how I'm feeling. I'll be like, all right, cool. You got to let them get what they're feeling out.
But your patience gets shorter if you're 250,000 in the hole or a million in the hole.
But not really.
But it's expression. You got to remember we're dealing with art, and art is expression. So you have to let people express themselves.
So if I owe you $1 million, it's okay for you to give me another 500,000 to bullshit.
No. I never said that.
I'm just asking.
But they're gonna be owing the label.
For sure.
The people that's in the studio, they're not gonna owe that money. You know what I'm saying?
But the labels, the people they have to deal with when it comes to putting out their project or dealing. You know what I'm saying?
If you're running out of budget, the label will put something out on you, but it might not be what you
you
like.
want out.
Yeah.
Because the label getting every record.
Yeah, and they putting it out, but they still ain't making no money back. That brings, like I said, more friction with them at the office for you to do some leeway. You know what I'm saying?
True,
but some content for a label, some content is better than no content.
Exactly.
For sure.
It's better for you to create something that's artistic or create something that people don't like than to create something than to not create.
And I feel that.
And you never know what somebody gonna like.
And I understand that. And sometimes I feel like, artists are still creating, but the label isn't releasing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what about that situation?
Now, see,
that's a whole different situation. That's a whole different situation.
I want to talk
so
about.
Do we jump to that, or do we stay where we at?
No. We can. I think it's a naturally flowing conversation.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about that,
that's what I want to know. Like, because he's saying, I'm creating, bro. I got all these. It's a plan, or just drop something. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so there's gonna be A&Rs at labels.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
A&R will tell you, hey, I want to drop an EP, or I want to drop 2 EPs, then I want to drop 2 albums on you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They're going to come out with kind of like the plan. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when people go against the plan, you know what I'm saying, or don't turn in the stuff in time, or it's not jamming the way the A&R would like, because the A&R is in that position mainly because they have an ear. You know what I'm saying? So that ear got them in that position. You know what I'm saying? So once the A&R really signs off, like, oh, that's it. The A&R is the gateway to making everybody in the offices say yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the people in the offices don't really care. They just want the music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So whatever you got to do to get the music out, I think, is what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying?
True.
If you're turning in music that they don't like, they don't approve of, you sign to them. They don't have to put it out.
For sure.
At all.
And that's where you messed up in the beginning.
That's not really where you messed up at the beginning. That's not where you messed up in the beginning.
But because if you're an artist,
as an artist, if you're putting everything that you record out, you're gonna put some bullshit out there, because everything you record is not great. It's not good.
I agree, but like I just feel like this, if I'm in here creating 100 songs, right? I created 100 songs in a month. I picked my 10 best, and I'm ready to release them, but I can't because a label will be like, this ain't part of the plan, or this ain't the sound. I'm like, bruh, like, this shit jamming.
But every artist is gonna say that they're jamming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every time.
You're right.
They're gonna say every song jamming.
You're right, but I feel like this me though. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I created it, I got to this position some way, somehow. You know what I'm saying? I've been making this music since I was living in my mama's basement,
In Omaha.
You know what I'm saying? And I got here because of a sound that obviously the label liked. But like I said, I would have believed in myself more, where I got more control. Like, I'm not going to sign to y'all if I can't put this out, because, like, this is me. This is something I do, whether if it's good or bad. The people ain't going to love everything I do. They didn't love every Jay-Z song.
With a label is business, so you're not going to be their only artist.
For sure.
So you have to think about what other rollouts that they have.
For sure.
In the pipeline.
I couldn't get in that position.
But it ain't even that, dog. You got to look at it like this. So from a label side, I want to put your music out as bad as you do. But at the same time, if I put out something and it downgrades your whole persona, who's losing? everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody loses.
Yeah.
That's one. Two, if you want me to do my part as this team, what we talked about in the beginning, you got to let me do my part. You know what I'm saying? I let you do your part. I gave you the $1 million or whatever you talking about advance to be in the studio every day for 6 months.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let me do my part now.
Yeah.
Now my part is figuring out who gonna listen to this, why they gonna listen to it, and where to put it so they do listen to it.
Right.
So don't rush me because you want it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what you got to look at.
Dealing with 20, 50 more artists as well. Same
Exactly. You
situation.
can't, but it ain't even about the other artists. I'm just talking about like a single, you know what I'm saying? You can't tell me, hey, I need to release this right now. Dog, that's not in the plan.
Because what you're saying is, hey, not only that I need to release this, is hey, I need to release this and y'all need to market it.
Exactly. And make it a hit.
But see, that's what
we got to get our plan together too. That's like telling a quarterback, dog, you can only hand it to him.
But that's
it.
why I'm
you
also
can't do
saying
nothing
that
else.
does also include the other artists on the label, because y'all may be marketing another artist at the time and we don't want to conflict. Like they trying to keep the people focused on this artist. So then that's going, you know what I'm saying?
A small label that makes sense. But a big label like a Sony, dog, they got people in every genre. You think there ain't a whole bunch of marketing plans going on at the same time?
Yeah, for
so
sure.
you know what I'm saying? So like in a small, I get that on the small one, on a small scale, very small scale. But on a big scale, they got 30 things going on at the same time anyway. You know what I'm saying? So one, you part of the 30. Two, I have to plan this out because I need to get that $1 million you spent for the last 6 months back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you need to get paid too so that we keep this relationship on an up and up. You know what I'm saying? So let me plan and let me drop this stuff the way it needs to be dropped. Because I did it the first time. You know what I mean? Why you ain't trusting me this time? Right. I understand you rushing.
I think a lot of artists mess up not getting in deals, but when they get in deals and then they want to do things
their way.
All the way their way. There's a right way to deal with labels, but when you try to buck with a label, it doesn't end up well because they're gonna end up being like, oh, we don't like how he did that, or we don't like what's going on with this, so we're gonna hold off on that. And they have every right to. You are assigned to them.
Yeah, and then
you see what I'm saying?
You may have spent that advance the wrong way, so you broke and you thinking they need to put out your music so you can make some money type stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's how probably artists feel.
That's some situations, but every contract is different, so you can't just kind of look at it like that as a whole. You know what I'm saying? But I understand. You know, sometimes you might get an advance every time you turn in a project. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let me hurry up and do something. But the label is in it to make the money.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to realize that advance is a bet on you.
Yeah.
That I know that you're going to get this plus some.
Which, depending on situation, is pennies on the dollar on the back end. Or no?
Well, it just depends on what you got.
Depending on what you negotiate or what you said.
Like I told somebody earlier today, man, the key that a lot of artists are forgetting on this is leverage.
For sure.
If you have leverage, you can negotiate what you want in that contract.
For sure.
If you come to me with your hat out,
Yeah.
you can't say nothing.
Yeah.
Because you didn't come with any leverage. You just came in this talking about, hey, I want a deal. I gave you a deal. Here's the deal.
Yeah.
Now, it's on you if you want to sign it or not, but this is the deal. Because it's the music business.
Just like Don King when he got
Not the
Tyson's
music
Rich. He said,
business.
when I met him, he was broke.
That's
After he
not the
met me,
same.
he was a millionaire.
But that's not the same. He was skimming off the top. See, and I'm not saying there's not people out there that's out for bad.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, the notion right now is that everything is bad to deal with a label. That's not true, bro.
Right.
That's not true.
I'm not saying that. I'm definitely not saying that. But I just feel like, you know, you do need leverage first. You do need leverage. And a lot of artists, I feel like they don't want to go out here and work their own sound. You know what I'm saying? Because majority of people don't blow up overnight. You got to go out here and put in this work. But if you put in this work, when it comes to the labels, you can negotiate more, have more leverage, and have more of your rights, or et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? But too many artists have one song out and then think they about to go to a label and do what they want to do for however long. You know what I'm saying? So I could understand how, you know, that could be, or, you know, how a person can get that confused.
Yeah. Man, for sure. One thing I wanna ask you, C. Rob, is about contracts and deals. How do you feel about 360 deals?
Again, I think it's all it's relative to what the artist is doing. You know, so if it's an artist that that needs that help, needs that jump start, a 360 deal is not a bad deal for them.
Right.
Because other than that, they didn't really have a team. They didn't have a marketing plan. They didn't have a plan for their music either.
They didn't have funds.
They didn't have funds. They don't have the vision. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, like, if you do come in and you get a 360 deal, that's not always a bad thing.
Right.
Now, it's a bad thing if you already have all this stuff in motion and then you say, hey, I'm going to sign you to a 360 deal and you already making $100,000 off your merch by yourself and you already making, you know what I'm saying, 20 million streams and stuff like that. That's when a 360 deal is bad.
Right. And I agree. Because if I was an artist starting off, I wouldn't mind a short-term 360 deal.
Yeah, as long as ain't no long-term 360 deal.
I wouldn't mind a
no 10-album crazy. I think 2 Chainz signed a 10-album deal to Ludacris before. That's why he switched his name.
But that was back in the day.
I'm just saying, though. But still, though, it had happened. You know, people get in situations like that. I want to almost say, because the dude from Street Execs, the white guy who helped create it, who left, and now he doing some motivational stuff. I think that's, he was saying on the Instagram post how he had signed that deal to Ludacris, and he the one who motivated him to change his name to 2 Chainz from Titty Boy to get out that deal, and then he had to go back and buy some stuff back. But I think it was like a crazy 10-album deal that Luda wouldn't let him out.
Even back then, a 10-album deal sounds crazy. That don't even sound normal. Like the
Kanye, he got a lifetime publishing deal or something, right?
The publishing is different than albums.
That's shit.
And
contract is a contract. You dig? You know if somebody has signed it,
not all contracts are the same.
Yeah.
I agree, but if you gonna sign your rights away, somebody gonna take them.
But that's not signing your rights away per se. It's all that.
I'm just saying,
what's in the contract
for sure.
But the highest I've heard of is like five albums, and that's back then. You know what I'm saying?
And see, right now, ain't nobody signing you to no 5 albums.
Don't nobody want to be tied in with nobody for 5 albums
at all. That's 5 years.
You know how wishy-washy artists can be and stuff like that. That's a hell of a responsibility. You might as well go have a baby. You know what I'm saying?
Them execs don't want you to lay low and then pop up 5 years later, and they still own your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. In my opinion, if I thinking from a label, I wouldn't care.
So why would Diddy wouldn't let go of Mace's stuff?
I don't know nothing about that situation.
Saying, this is a situation.
Those are closed door situations. I don't know nothing about. I'm just talking about.
He was publicly on the radio screaming for him to be released.
But anybody could get on the radio if they got a platform and say anything that they want to. That don't mean that it's true.
Exactly.
That don't mean that it's true. And so it's like when we come to the table and shit, we got to make sure what we saying. We got to come out with the facts.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying. This is just post that they have both got on the radio talking about publicly. So,
but all of that we can't talk facts or you know what I'm saying about something that we don't know. We don't know the background stories or what the black and white actually say, because I want to make sure we don't mislead people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But me a 360 deal, I wouldn't mind it. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm signing a 360 deal and I'm giving somebody 20%, cool. Because that means they got to make sure I'm making money so they can make money.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying.
And that's the key. I want to make money.
No deal as long as you sign it right. You know
Look, if you don't want to own a small business, owning your own stuff and all that may not be for you, dog.
Everybody not an entrepreneur.
Everybody's not like that.
Everybody's trying to say, "Oh, own my masters, do all of it," but everybody's not business people.
Right.
So it
don't work for everybody.
It doesn't even matter. Some people,
this is true.
Some people have corner stores and some people go to them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
That's good shit.
So that's just kind of how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Man, let's talk. Lil Justin does music videos, you know what I'm saying? He's a creative director, you know what I'm saying? He's a director.
A little bit.
Any music videos you checked out lately that you like?
When it comes to videos, I ain't checked out nothing crazy new, but I know directors that I follow is like Colin Tyler, I can't remember, man. I don't know how to say his name correctly, so forgive me. But him and then
what video does he done?
I'm focused on his old stuff. Like I know he did that one with Chris Brown and DJ Khaled and Lil Wayne. I forgot the name of the track, but I think he did a lot of stuff. I know he did that one with Kendrick. I think All Right, he did that one. He done a lot. He done that. I know he did that See Now with Tiger. Like he did a lot of the Young Money stuff. I don't know what he's doing now because I really don't be on TV. But when I was following and watching all his videos, it was him and that cat. I forgot his first name, but last name Myers. He be doing a lot of videos as well. Them was two dope cats. But I know they're not really. I don't think they're the editors. I think I watched a couple behind the scenes videos. They're not the editors of their videos.
The directors.
The directors.
So as a director in the music business, shooting music videos, when you're watching somebody else's video, what are you trying to learn? What are you trying to critique? What's exactly on your mind when you're watching it? You know what I'm saying? Besides the music.
I'm just all about like set design as well as editing. That's what I like. And that's the hard thing of dealing with, I would say, independent artists, and because the budgets aren't as lucrative and a lot of them lean on the editing of the video. You know what I'm saying? Like I can only edit so much. Right. It's definitely, I think, more power in the set design. That's why I give like a lot of credit to like Boomtown, because his sets be live. You know what I'm saying? With the lighting, with little shit. You know what I'm saying? Where his sets be real creative, and it's like you don't really have to edit as much. You know what I'm saying? Even though the edits make it better, it's still like that set. It just be looking right. You know what I'm saying? All the people involved, all the little characters, little extra little shit, make that shit.
I tell people all the time, if you start good, you're going to end good. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to start bad and end good. You know what I'm saying?
And the set designs don't really take a lot. That's what I try to, at the time when I was super hard on it, you know what I'm saying? Pause. But I was like big, like $100, $200 to use on this set. We could make it live. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's not expensive.
It's worth it for your video because it's an investment. I feel like a lot of artists still don't want to invest in themselves, whether it's studio time, videos, mixing, even their personal wardrobe. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people don't want to invest in they self. You know what I'm saying? But when releasing a project, you have to invest in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to you have to record it, you have to mix it, you have to master it, you have to get artwork. You got to go through distribution. You might have to do hard copies. It's a lot that you'll have to have in place, including your marketing. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people don't understand what it is, the aspects of a business. It's a business.
Photo shoots and everything.
Why owning your own stuff ain't for everybody.
I mean, I understand, but I put in the work. You know what I'm saying? It don't bother me to come out there, pass CDs hand to hand, like, I'm about that work, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it's more beneficial down the line. You know, otherwise you might as well just go work a job. And there ain't nothing wrong with a job, no disrespect, but I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Chris, what do you think is like one of the most overlooked things when releasing a project? Like when people are releasing a project, what's the most overlooked process that people either skip or don't pay enough attention to?
Marketing. Yes, number one.
I was gonna say the same thing.
I think you can market almost anything to be successful right now. Right. You know what I'm saying? You got all the avenues to do it. And the crazy part about it is that people don't realize is you have all the same tools as all these majors.
Right.
It's just knowing how to use it and having that team to do it. So like I think a lot of independent artists like blow all their budget on the making of the project, right, without thinking about the back end of the project.
So let's say artists, if you have a $20,000 budget for a project, you know what I'm saying? And
we can be realistic. Let's say 2,000. Just be realistic, because I mean, I don't know. I don't know too many people that got 20,000. No. I'm talking about for the whole thing. It's not a lot of people that's gonna have past 5,000. So do the whole thing.
Let's say $5,000. You trying to do a EP. So with $5,000 a EP, you want to shoot what? How many videos out of that?
Do you own your own studio?
At least two. No.
You don't own your own studio. Okay.
So you want on an EP 6 songs. You want to at least try to shoot 2 videos, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So 2 videos, studio time.
Yep.
Getting some mixing and some mastering.
Well, they don't do that now. They
just put that shit out.
They just put that shit out.
That's true. but that goes back to because they ain't got the budget. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure if people had the budget, they would get it mixed and mastered by somebody.
So out of that $2,000, C-Rob, off the top, before you even start recording, how much of it would you put aside for marketing?
5,000?
No, yeah, 5,000. My bad.
If I had 5,000, I would try to put 15 to 2. Like, cause you got to think about it, man. The money going into it has to come back out. So if I put 2,500 into it, I need to get 2,500 back out of it at least, or 5,000 out of it at least, because I put the whole 5,000 in.
Right.
But that is gonna take at least 2,500 to try and get that 5,000 back out.
Because it ain't about your product; it's about how you promote it.
Exactly.
I agree.
That's what I was saying about the labels. I think sometimes the labels aren't really worried about the product because they got the marketing down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna find the people that want to listen to that every day.
They gonna play that shit over and over on the radio.
Repetition is key. Repetition is key.
It takes 7 times for somebody to see something before they buy it.
So
okay.
Repetition is key. Where else we at? What else you guys see, Rob? What you want to talk about?
I know you had just mentioned something about iTunes. It was pretty interesting.
Oh man, I seen something. It's rumored that Apple is about to get rid of iTunes, and it says it's going to get rid of iTunes and replace it with Apple Music, of course, Apple TV, and Apple Podcasts. So instead of being all in one, it'll be 3 different things and
different apps.
I'm not sure why they're doing it, but I'm sure they're thinking ahead as far as the digital business of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think people are buying music how they used to. You know what I'm saying?
What's that going to do with that part? If some people who want to physically own, because like right now we're renting the content. So with all those platforms you just talked about, we'll still be renting the content.
But that's what we're in a streaming world. If you can for $5.99 or $10.99, if you can listen to all the music you want, download all the music you want, you're gonna do that other than paying $9.99 for a CD every time it come out.
Most people.
But see, in the other part of that, I think they said was they were just getting rid of iTunes because right now iTunes and Apple Music are 2 separate apps. Yeah. I think what they're going to do is combine the 2, so that you can still buy stuff if you want to own it. You know what I mean? Because like you said, you renting it. Once you stop paying that monthly bill, you can't listen to half of the stuff you got on your download. Right? So I think because what I was watching on CNBC when they was talking about Apple is trying to pivot from a hardware company, because if you think about it, they're focused on the MacBooks, the iPhones, and the iPads and all that stuff they got. They're pivoting to being a services-driven company. So that means they're going to be doing the streamings, the movie streamings, and stuff like that.
I don't know. They might be good at that.
But see, the thing is though, the only reason I say they may be a half step behind is because Amazon was already doing that. Yeah. And Amazon is huge. That's $1 trillion company, or something like that, some crazy number. I don't know. Stupid number. I know their stock is like $1,800 or something like that.
Stupid.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, for them to already be in that realm, Apple's the next big player that could do it and compete. You know what I mean? Right. Especially on that level with as many things as they can do. So I think that they had to pivot and do that because iPhone sales are down. They were talking about that the other day. They were saying
they so expensive, bro.
Man, they were saying that like half the people still got the iPhone 7, and after iPhone 7,
man, I seen somebody yesterday with an iPhone 4, and I was like, whoa.
I still got the 6S.
Holding on to that thing, you know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. People ain't upgrading. It's not as a big a status symbol as it used to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's people got 2 or 3 iPhone 10s. It's not a status symbol no more.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So they had to pivot and rethink what they were doing.
$1,000 for a phone. That's just out of my budget.
That's why they came out with the financing plans. You pay it on your bill.
And that's why people got 3 of them now.
Hey, they need to go back to the 2-year contract thing, get it for free. That was the plug right there. You know what I'm saying?
They wasn't making their money. That's why they switched it.
Still though.
But I think that them pivoting speaks bigger to the whole industry as a whole. Right. Everything is streaming now, and that's the number one driver for any money coming out of the entertainment industry.
I think they're slowly still gonna give they're gonna start paying out more slowly. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just working out the kinks. You know what I'm saying?
I think they just had to get their money right first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't start paying out more when there's 40,000 songs getting uploaded to Spotify a day.
Right.
That's a crazy number, and that's everybody and their mama dropping a song on Spotify. So I'm not paying everybody and their mama, 50 cents on a song on a stream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's what they're trying to do is they're trying to wait until they can close it, tighten it down a little bit,
right?
And then that's when they'll start paying a little more. on stuff.
Cool. Anything else you wanna cover? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man, we can just keep chopping it up. Like, I think it was a good
What's next?
conversation. Justin, what kind of questions you got about the music industry?
I'm excited to have Justin on here.
I am
you know
too.
What I'm saying?
I'm feel this was like y'all bamboozled me into this. You dig? Like I walk in the door, like yo, do this. I got strong arm to this interview. It's cool. Though.
It wasn't exactly like that, man. But we appreciate everybody checking us out too, man. We're gonna keep chopping it up, but I want to make sure that y'all like and subscribe to this channel. Follow us up on Instagram, stay.itmotw, and just spread the word. You know what I mean? I know we just having conversations, but I guarantee you'll learn something. We're letting you into our world and into our minds. You know what I'm saying?
I got something for you, Justin.
What's up?
How do you feel the music video has changed the industry?
Of course, like change as in like nowadays, or do you feel like
I'm talking about nowadays. Like, what is the music video to the whole process now?
Well, I just feel like it's just like the music is a disposable. You know what I'm saying? Because the DSLR cameras are so affordable now, and it's just making it everybody has them. You know what I'm saying? I heard somebody told me dudes shooting videos for $100, so I was just like, I can't compete with that. You know what I'm saying? So not only that, it's the big production videos are less and less. You see that now, even like the videos you see now on MTV and BET, they're not no high quality big production videos. It's a brother like me with a DSLR camera. All those are the same type of videos you're seeing. Now the big artists, yeah, of course they got them big labels, but less and less of those kind of videos to me are coming out. So it's like the music video isn't as significant. It's more like a unnecessary luxury. That's how it looks right now.
Well, I know music videos used to be a big part of the marketing. You know what I'm saying? So how do you feel as a music video as a marketing tool to drive streams now?
I mean, I think it's necessary. I still think it's definitely a good tool to use. I think everybody. I just feel like the artists, maybe because the budgets aren't as big as they once were, but I feel like artists take it for granted and don't use it to their best or biggest potential as far as marketing. Like I just feel like they should care a little bit more about their video versus me showing up at your house in front of your garage. Like, bro, this is something like care about this a little bit more.
So one thing I kind of feel about that is that I think the video leads the marketing, not even just the marketing. I think it leads the song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you think about it, like if YouTube is the number 2 search engine behind Google, right? What does that mean? When your song comes out, what's the first thing you do? Go look to YouTube to see if it's on there, see if it's a video out for it. So I think videos are more important than ever now.
I wouldn't say just music videos. I would say video content is, but music videos itself, like people love like the Wiz Khalifa, what is day to day, like all that type of stuff. Seeing that behind the
like vlogs,
all that behind the scenes, because now you're able to show more of the fans of who you are and what you're doing, and they're interested in that. Like a music video is cool, but people are interested in who you are and what you're doing. They want to feel like, you know what I'm saying, they're there with you. That's why they're watching everybody's stories and stuff on Instagram.
I think people are trying to see like, okay, is what you're portraying in the music video the
Who you
same
are.
as you are in
Real
real life? So does the vlog match up with the music video? You know what I'm saying? Because to me, the best artists, their content matches up with their image.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So like if you got a super pretty boy and he's talking about a bunch of gangster stuff, even though that may be him in real life, if his image doesn't add up, it's not gonna really click to people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like music videos, visuals, vlogs, all of that kind of stuff helps build that image. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I still like music videos and I guess music content.
That's why I say
as a
video,
whole. You know what I mean?
Because really before, when artists start dropping that DVD with the CD, like that went crazy because people want to see that behind the scenes content. You know what I'm saying? So I think video content as a whole is still pivotal and it's still strong. It's just music videos. I just feel like, people kind of throwing them out there like it's nothing now. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So,
Yeah.
That's true.
It's easier.
I can understand that.
Because there's no more $1 million budgets like Missy Elliott budget for like Get Your Freak On or something like that. Those big budgets for videos aren't happening anymore. You know what I'm saying? Most like local people are spending, $2,000 or less on a video. You know what I mean?
I think
with no props. You know what I'm saying?
No props.
that's real. But I still think that I understand. I think what you said was right. Video content is leading, but maybe not music videos. So I agree. I agree with that. But I still think it's the leading. It's the jump off point to, like you said, like to see into that world of that person. But that's what social media is for. That's why artists it's pivotal that you use that. You can't get past without that. You got to use all your resources, all your tools.
For sure.
And I'm gonna say it like this: artists, use your whole ass, man. Don't use half your ass, man. Use all your resources. You only have one time to come out, and if you're gonna put stuff on YouTube, stuff like that, videos, man, once you put it out in the world, it's there. So you might as well put your best foot forward. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to be your best foot. You know what I'm saying? If you play with the game gonna play with you. And I don't want nobody playing with me.
People prefer it not to be perfect. Straight up. That's why they want to see that guerrilla style vlog video from your iPhone and stuff. They don't. That's why I think to your point is like just showing up at somebody's house shooting a music video. That's what it is. Yeah. Like I'm watching stories all day. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for a super produced video. Like that's why stuff like those videos that are like that get so many views. You know what I mean? Because it's guerrilla style and it's real life. It actually it feels like I'm in your life. Even though this is an SLR camera with somebody that's professionally trained to do this most of the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It still feels like I'm there with you. That's why I think those videos work.
I'm waiting for the day that people do full music videos on Triller. Like, you know what I'm saying, like TikTok, you know what I'm saying, somebody's going to figure out.
TikTok is huge.
Somebody's going to figure out a way to do a full music video on there, and it's going to blow up. Like, it's going to be a full 2 minutes because, songs are only 2 minutes now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a full 2 minutes, and it's going to go viral.
There's an idea. There's an idea if you're listening.
I can see that. Yeah.
I think that could happen. You can do that off your iPhone.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all looking at me. I don't even mess with that app. I really don't know what that app does. Like, I'm sorry.
You gotta get into the videos, man.
I mean, I'm on the Adobe on my computer. You know what I'm saying? The computer I built.
Don't give up too much game, man.
It don't bother me. Hey, we all using the same tools. We just handle them differently.
So check this out. So what if somebody's like, hey man, I want to create a video and I want to create it especially for TikTok or especially for Triller, right? And I'll pay you for it.
Yeah.
You don't know how to use the app.
Well,
That's money leaving on the table.
No, I reach out to people I do know and see how we can get this bread together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you talking about ownership 100%.
Hold on, well, that's a different conversation.
No, it ain't. It's the same thing.
If we talking about ownership, well, I need to talk to the label. I can't talk to the artist. You know what I'm saying? Because the artist don't have no control. Whoever's in control of that artist who I need to talk to, you dig?
For sure, man.
But hey, well, I know you about to close out, huh? Sound like you about to hit this with the closer. Hey, but I wanted to touch on what y'all was saying in the beginning. Like, it's for real. As an artist with the vision, if you don't have the right team, I think every artist, they should know what their vision is. Do they want to be a master? Do they want to be an owner, or do they want to be a artist or a worker? And know who you want to be and what you want to be. So when you sign that deal, don't be mad at your situation. You know what I'm saying? When you go in there and you sign that contract, don't have friction with the label. If you sign that deal, you know what I'm saying, and just know what you want. Because when you know what you want, when you step in that office and you negotiate, and before you sign that on that line, you understand the terms. So when it goes bad, you ain't mad at nobody but yourself or your team. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you get you a good lawyer.
You gotta have you a good lawyer. You know what I'm saying? But I think for this episode, the main thing is to have a vision. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like,
and a team.
For sure.
And you got to have a vision for that team
and stay true to that vision, because it's gonna be valleys.
You are the captain of that ship. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's gonna be highs and lows of that vision.
Captain of the ship, I'm the master of my soul. What y'all know about that?
And the controller of my fate. You did master of my fate. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. And I know. You know, in the Bible it say without vision people perish. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. Like
Real talk.
if you're not gonna have a vision, it's gonna die out because you can't see what's in front of you. You can't see where you're going,
or you can't see beyond this moment.
and you'll go anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's why they signed that contract.
You'll be gone with the wind like like the little white girl. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man.
I think this was a good episode, Steve-O.
Yeah, it's a dope. Hey, this is dope. What y'all got going on? I just want to let y'all know it's dope
You
to be
just
a
saying
part
that
of
because
it.
you were part of
Yeah,
that.
right.
I'm just saying,
You know what I'm saying?
really, even when the idea was sparked, I felt like it was dope. I feel like it's dope now. And like I said, best wishes. You dig?
Best
You
wishes.
as a
Yeah,
guest,
you gonna be on some other episode. What you mean? You act like you ain't gonna be around. You quit.
I'm be behind the camera.
Is that a resignation?
No, I'm behind the camera. You dig? I just want to put that on the mic
Nah.
while I'm here. You
Nah, we gonna get you in front of the camera more because people need to actually see the people who are behind the scenes. So when they see you out, when they see you on Instagram, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? They know
What's going on.
who they talking to. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if we ever gonna let this other dude on camera. dog.
Yeah. Shout out to David KP.
KP.
You know what I'm saying? At made.kp. You know what I'm saying? We might not never let him talk on camera, but he's a good dude and he getting better. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I will give him his props. Lil Justin, what's your Instagram, man? Shout it out.
LIL_Justin_.
So make sure y'all follow him. Make sure y'all follow stay.ITMOTW. We're gonna keep coming with the
Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yep. We're gonna
sure.
keep coming with the different episodes, different guests. Today we really want to
Subscribe, like, and comment.
yeah.
Man, hold up, Justin. You need to be on camera mode.
Hey, bro, I'm paying attention. You dig?
Today really wasn't a special guest, you know what I'm saying? This is like the team,
Home team.
the
Home
home
team.
team talking, you know what I'm saying? But it went pretty well. I think we spoke on quite a few things, you know what I'm saying? So I just hope y'all enjoying it, and we'll see y'all
Hope.
next. Yeah. I hope they're enjoying it. You
No
know what I'm
hope.
saying?
Yeah.
Ain't never heard no rich, powerful motherfucker say hope.
All right, man. I know y'all enjoying it, you know what I'm saying? And as always, you want me to go for it?
Go for it.
Every shut eye ain't sleep and every goodbye ain't gone.
Yeah.
This is the In the Mix and Out the Way podcast.
I like how that track